Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the San Francisco 49ers are facing one of the most challenging moments of their recent history. The injury bug has bitten hard, and it's bitten deep. Nick Bosa, the cornerstone of the Niners' defense, and arguably the best pass rusher in the league, is out for the season with a torn ACL. That's a massive blow, not just for the 49ers, but for the entire NFC West. Losing Bosa means losing a force that the opposition has to game plan around every single week. And now, the Niners are faced with the challenge of trying to compensate for that absence, trying to find someone who can step up and fill that enormous void. The team's been trying to patch things up with the players they have. Bryce Huff was acquired back in June, and he's been doing his part. The rookie Michael Williams has been thrown into a major role much sooner than expected, which speaks volumes about the team's confidence in his potential. Yetur Gross-Matos and Sam Okuayinonu have been part of the rotation, but let's be honest, they're not Bosa. No one is. But the Niners are a franchise that's always looking for ways to stay ahead of the curve, to find that next difference maker, that player who can change the tide of a game with a single play. That's where the latest buzz comes in. There's a new name in the conversation, Carl Granderson, a defensive end from the New Orleans Saints. And this isn't just idle speculation. It's a serious possibility, especially considering the Saints' current situation and how that might influence their willingness to part ways with a key player. Now, why Carl Granderson? What makes him such an attractive option for the 49ers? Well, for starters, he's been having an incredible season. At 6'5" and 261 pounds, Granderson possesses the perfect combination of length, power, and agility. He's a player who wins with his physical tools, setting a sturdy edge against the run, and he's shown he can be disruptive as a pass rusher. This season, he's already accumulated 5 sacks in just 4 games, along with 20 tackles, 6 of which were for loss. That's pretty impressive, especially considering the fact that he's proven to be a versatile player capable of functioning in multiple fronts. What's more, Granderson's production isn't just a flash in the pan. Last year he had 5 sacks and 14 tackles for loss, following up with 5 sacks and 13 QB hits across 17 games in 2024. The consistency is there. And with the 49ers currently tied for the 4th fewest sacks in the league, just 5 over 4 games, they need all the help they can get rushing the quarterback. Right now, only the Carolina Panthers have a worse pressure rate than San Francisco, and that's a situation that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later if they want to keep their championship aspirations alive. This is where the trade proposal from John Sigler of Saints Wire enters the picture. Sigler has outlined a realistic and strategic trade target, Carl Granderson. The proposal suggests that the 49ers could be a good fit for him, especially given their current needs and the Saints' potential willingness to sell. The Saints are known to be in a bit of a rebuild, or at least a phase where they might consider trading assets if it helps them reset for the future. So, what would that trade look like? Well, Sigler's proposal includes the 49ers sending some draft compensation, possibly a future pick or a conditional, to acquire Granderson. It's worth noting that Granderson has restructured his contract this offseason, which makes a trade more feasible. Instead of a hefty salary cap hit, any team trading for him would be on the hook for just the minimum salary rest of the season, making it a financially smart move. Plus, he's under contract through 2026 and 2027, with manageable base salaries of $75 million each year. That kind of financial flexibility, combined with his on-field production, makes him an attractive target. You've got to understand, Granderson isn't just a player who can step in and provide immediate help. He's a player who can grow into a cornerstone of the defensive line for years to come. His ability to win with length and power, along with his versatility to play in multiple fronts, aligns perfectly with what defensive coordinator Robert Sale values. Sale's defenses have always thrived on players who can set a sturdy edge and disrupt the backfield. And with Granderson's skill set, he would immediately boost the pass rush, which has been lacking for the Niners this season. Now some might wonder, how does this fit into the big picture? Well, Bosa's injury has exposed a vulnerability in the 49ers' defense, the lack of a consistent, game-changing pass rush. The team has been doing its best with Huff, Williams, Gross-Matos, and Okwuegbunam, but none of these players has the same impact or experience as Bosa. Adding someone like Granderson would not only fill that gap, but also bring a different style and energy to the defensive front. He's a player who can win with power, set a hard edge, and generate pressure, which is exactly what the Niners need to keep opponents honest. And let's not forget the long-term perspective. If the 49ers manage to secure Granderson now, they're not just thinking about this season. They're thinking ahead to 2026 and beyond, especially with Bosa potentially being a free agent or moving on at some point. Having a player like Granderson under team control at a reasonable salary cap hit provides stability and depth. It's a smart, strategic move that aligns with their championship window. But of course, nothing is guaranteed. The Saints' situation could change if they decide to become sellers and rebuild. If that happens, a move for Granderson could become more likely. The 49ers, with their strong roster and now a clear need on the edge, should absolutely be in the mix. They have the draft capital, the cap space, and the desire to make a move that could define their season. Bringing in a proven, ascending pass rusher like Granderson could be the difference maker they need to push through the NFC and contend for another Super Bowl. So, what does this mean for the 49ers? It means they're looking at options, exploring possibilities, and making strategic moves that can keep them at the top of the league. They've shown they're not afraid to be aggressive, especially in times of need. And right now, with Bosa out for the year, that need is urgent. The addition of someone like Carl Granderson could be exactly what the doctor ordered, a player who can step in, make an immediate impact, and help carry this defense through the toughest stretch of the season. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we approach the trade deadline, all eyes will be on the Saints and whether they decide to sell or hold. If they choose to part ways with Granderson, the 49ers should be ready to pounce. With their current roster, cap flexibility, and draft picks, they're in a prime position to make a bold move. It's a move that could pay dividends immediately and set up the franchise for sustained success. And let's be honest, 49ers fans, you know how much this team values versatility, toughness, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Carl Granderson embodies those qualities. He's a player who's ascending, a guy who's hungry and ready to prove himself on a bigger stage. Adding him to this already talented defense, especially in a season where every play counts, could be exactly what they need to push through the NFC playoffs and make another deep run. In the end, it's all about maximizing their strengths and addressing their weaknesses. They've built a formidable roster, but injuries are part of the game. The key is how well they adapt and find solutions. This potential trade for Granderson isn't just about patching a hole, it's about elevating the entire defense and giving their Super Bowl aspirations a real shot in the arm. With the right move at the right time, San Francisco can continue to be a legitimate contender, even in the face of adversity. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.